Good morning, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Max Stack Motorsports. Continuing on with the GTI, as we've been doing a lot of lately. Anyways, so today I'm gonna try to get these brakes on. That's the main goal. And then, as you guys can probably see, I'm gonna put these springs in. So these are the JOM NJT springs. Here's the insulators. So what I ended up doing was the Swift springs that I bought, 7 inches, they were just too short. I know that, I mean, there's no load on this right now, but I was short about almost like 2.5 inches. And while the car, like when it's sitting on the ground with pressure, will compress those springs and everything should be okay, I just don't feel that safe with it on a track. Like, you never know if I go off the course a little bit, or if I kind of hop one of the curbs and whatnot, and any sort of preload or anything that comes off the back of this beam here, I mean, extends the strut length right out, and those springs come off. I just can't do it. So kind of a bummer. I'm gonna have to order some new ones. Again, I'm gonna measure this. So right now, the ones that I bought from Swift, they're 7 inches. So I'm gonna maybe go with more of a 9-inch one to close the gap a little better. That way too, if I have to, at least I have the adjustability to go down on the collar here. So the good news is I have another set of springs, which is a good thing. I didn't sell them. And the other thing is that the 8K spring rate that is on those springs that I put in the back originally, 7 inches, they're exactly the same spring length, diameter, everything for the fronts. So I can keep them, and if I find that the 10K in the front is a little too stiff or whatever, I can always make a spring adjustment, even though it's going to be kind of a huge pain in the ass to do that, as we know from doing the front stuff. But yeah, at least I have a second set of springs. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to grab the jack here, take the jack, and just loosen off this 18 mil again, and lower down my rear beam here, make my measurement, make sure everything's good to go, put these springs in today, and then I'll be able to reinstall this again, and then I can start getting the brakes going. Okay, so now I'm just gonna max these out on the height here, just as low as I can get them. And then that way, if I have to adjust it to go up higher, I can, but these should hopefully fit in there fairly easy. Take everything off of that. If not, I might have to undo the other side too, just because the sway bar. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so I just undid both sides, just because everything's tied in now with the sway bar, which is a good thing. And then yeah, just gonna lower these down to the max. Not really too big on putting these springs in. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Oh, the front end's gonna be really stiff with 10K. I think these things are 4K. Like, you guys might not be able to see that. But like, I could borderline squeeze that down. These are, I think, a progressive spring, or these are progressive springs, I think. So I think that means that as they get compressed, obviously the spring rate's going to change. So see, I think that's very similar to what like a regular car spring is like, and then I mean very street friendly spring. So I don't know how it's going to react on the track. I'm probably not going to be too happy with it. You guys can probably tell on the sound of my voice, I'm not really too pleased, but unfortunately that is what you get when you try to do custom stuff. So yeah, we're just going to toss this in here now. Again, should seat pretty damn easy, just like that. This is where it's nice to have, there we go, this is where it's nice to have two people for sure to kind of help you out. But and then everything kind of goes into place right there. So I'm just going to work on getting this one kind of situated here, and then I'll work on getting the other one in as well. Okay guys, so at least has the coils in now, finally. Again, really wanted those Swift ones to fit. I'm just a little too short, and again, I've heard people say it's very common and normal that you know what I mean, when you're running like an extremely low spring. But like I said, I was like 2 or 3 inches short up here with the struts attached. So even though the car's going to come down, like I don't know how low I'm going to be in the back. I don't want to be slammed going on the track. And yeah, I'm just, when there's no load on the back of the car, I'm not saying I'm going to take this thing off jumps, but you never know. And that's the last thing I need, not only for myself, like, you know, it's kind of embarrassing when some of your parts fall off your car, but you know what I mean, you're risking someone else's car, which you you know what I mean, me doing this, you have a lot more appreciation for people that actually build their stuff. So yeah, but enough of me rambling about it. I'm going to just kind of lower them down here, just to adjust everything, just so it's relatively in the general area where it has to be, at least that way they're the same height. And then like I said, we're gonna move on to the brakes. There we go guys, so I got the purges down 1 inch on each side. Make sure you guys measure them out. Again, this is just to at least get the car on the trailer and over to Das Parts to get everything checked over, and then I'll probably be off to Adrena to get the full track alignment for everything. But at that point, hopefully I got my Swift springs in. At least these are really easy to change and take out. So 30 foot-pounds with a 1/4 inch turn apparently is the torque spec for the lower strut bolts here, so make sure you do that. I put a little bit of anti-seize on them as well. But now we can start moving on to the brakes. So we got our M Sport rotors again, as you guys can see, brand new, cross drilled, looks really good. I'm gonna throw the mitts on here. I'm gonna clean up the hub just a little bit, and thankfully I got this guy right here compared to the front. So what I'm gonna do, yeah, give everything a bit of a brake clean, and then we have our silicone and all our hardware that we're gonna have to lube up for everything. So let's get to it with that, and hopefully this goes well. Looks so much better guys, as you guys can see already. And again, yeah, I got to get this a little bit tighter. Hope that works. Might have to use an impact to get it really in there, but again, this is mostly just to keep the rotor on the hub and centered, because you got your 5 lugs here. Anyways, moving on. Now that the rotor's on, again with the back, or sorry, the front, I had a hard time putting the carriers on with the rotor. Or sorry, I had a hard time putting the carriers on and then the rotor. So what I did is got these powder coated right here. These again are the rear ones. Rice Rocket powder coating did them for me again. As always, a really good job. And then we went out, got brand new carrier bolts. If you guys watched the uninstall of the old crap, you guys saw what a nightmare it was to get that off. But yeah, brand new ones. Gonna put some sorry, where are we here? Anti-seize. Yeah, I'm gonna put some anti-seize on there for sure. Get everything all torqued up. But yeah, a lot easier for me to put the rotor on first and then put the rear carrier. Don't forget guys, you have your little tabs here that can go on here as well. Make sure you lube them up so everything's good to go. But yeah, so let me put on the carrier here, and then we can start getting our caliper and our brake pads all ready. Just getting these bolts ready. So these are number 8 Allen. Again, these are OEM, which is awesome, and look how nice and clean they are guys, not like the old ones we took out, right? So again, you want your 8mm Allen for this. I'm gonna toss them on the back here with the carrier. Just gotta put a little bit of anti-seize on them. look at that. Again, Rice Rocket coming in huge. Look, it matches everything. Everything. It's all matched up. Looks so good. Oh, I'm so happy that I ended up putting these, or taking these ones off and getting them done. Eventually I'd like to do the whole beam, but yeah, that's gonna be a while from now. But yeah, pretty sweet. Just gonna look up the torque specs for these guys, and then that's our carriers on. 8mm Allen bolts have to be 48 foot-pounds, so let's get that done right now. So those are all torqued up now. Yeah, we're getting ready to put the brake pads on. Again, guys, don't forget, you gotta put these little tabs in. They kind of go in like this right here. I'm just gonna add just a little bit of lubricant on them, just so they can handle the heat. But again, everything's so nice and clean here, and it's hopefully gonna stay nice and clean for a while. But yeah, don't forget these little guys. Here's our pads again, guys. Hawks Performance again. These are Street 5.0, so kind of the matching set for our front pads. There's our part number for it right there. You guys can see that. Yep, clear as day. Anyways, oh, don't forget, yeah, your lubricant for the back of your pads. So what I'm gonna do now, just get them all ready to go. I got to quickly take a look on these little things here, but I think they're like an anti-rattling thing or something like that. And again, you guys know where to put your silicone grease right on the back here. But you can see now, I got the little tabs on this side right here, so we can put our pads on. And then we got some brand new calipers, which are so nice to have. I don't have to worry about pushing any caliper stuff back, like the plungers and all that stuff. I don't have to worry about that, which is really good when it comes to doing this for sure. And again, I got brand new stuff on the front, matching on the rear, make everything look good. Everything's all brand new. It just flows really nice, guys. But yeah, let's get these nice pads on. I'm excited to use them. I've heard they're really street friendly, but they're obviously a little bit more oriented for the track, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Just gonna lube them up, toss them on our carrier here, and then we can get our caliper on too. A little bit there, and then again, I'm gonna toss them on the carrier here. There you go, there's one. As you guys can see, slides in there nice. Again, do the other side here. Trying to get all your lubricant on your brake rotor, but you know what I mean, have a can of brake clean ready to go. I usually give everything a nice shower at the end. Now I probably use a bit too much grease, which I admit is probably kind of embarrassing for me, but if it isn't, whatever. Gotta live and learn, right? There we go, guys. Looking great. And again, yeah, these little guys right here, they're gonna sit in this section right here of your caliper. And again, I think it's just like an anti-rattle system, so you don't have to worry about it. But anyways, yeah, as far as doing our brake caliper, we're gonna mount it, make sure we have everything torqued down, put our top line on, and then I'm gonna do the e-brake at the end. The e-brake is the last thing that I'm worried about right now. Obviously I'm going to put it on, but right now it's like the lowest priority, and it's a lot easier to do the e-brake, I find, without everything dangling around. At least that's the way I kind of view it, so we'll see. But yeah, let's mount this thing up. Make sure you have all your tools, or your nuts and bolts. So we have our guide pins right here, these guys right here, and then our two little 13 mils. So 13 mil right here, and then these are the 15 mil that go on the inside of the caliper. So you're gonna want 13 mil on your 15 mil wrench. And again, guys, lube everything up. That way everything's all nice and lubricated, can handle the heat. And then don't forget, guys, this is your little clip. This is for your e-brake cable. Just kind of have everything to the side. So I'll just put my silicone high temp on the guides right here. That all ready to go. And then if you guys see, it's got the little rubber plate, and then it goes on this little guy right here. So you plug this baby in, and then you're gonna slide the boot. One-handed. Get on there, you brick. 1 second. There we go. Awesome. See what I mean? So this is all, there we go, that's better. So that's all in there now. Again, this is the 15 mil, and then you have your 13 mil right here. It's gonna go in just like that on the other side of the caliber here. So I'm just gonna get the bottom guide in, and then I can toss these bad boys in. So let's put it in the 13 mil now up top. Just get it all set up. Okay, that starts it. And then this side now, guys. I gotta get underneath. So that's the 13 mil going on. So once this starts spinning here, I got my 15 mil again, guys. 13 mil here. You could use a 1/4" drive or just some sort of socket on there to do it. Just make sure you don't over tighten everything. Again, once the guide starts spinning around, then you can use your 15 mil here to keep it from going anywhere. Okay guys, so 26 foot-pounds apparently online is what these guide pin bolts are supposed to be, 26. And now we're gonna do the banjo bolt, which is supposed to be 28. Again, you're gonna see that right on top here. So I gotta get my little Allen key, and right there, gotta take out the plug, and then again, you got your banjo bolt. Make sure you have both washers on. There's a washer, not the white thing, but right underneath that there's a washer there, and then you guys can see the one on the bottom. Just make sure you guys have those before you put this bad boy in. So yeah, we're getting there, guys. It looks so much better too. Look how nice that looks. Really, really nice. Very, very happy so far. Hopefully everything goes good. So as you guys are doing this, again, you can kind of see how it's got this kind of like square piece here. That's got to sit nice and flush and clean inside the indent of the caliper. You'll see it on right there. See that right there? How it's like a nice rectangle? That's exactly where that's going to go. And again, 13 mil. And this is 28 foot-pounds, so it doesn't take too much, guys, to get that done. 28 foot-pounds. Hopefully I can get this on with no issues, and then we can move on to our driver's side. Looks good, guys. Looks really good. Make sure you give everything a nice brake clean shower too. And then I actually went out to about so the front 10mm spacers for the front, and then I got 15s for the rear. Yeah, that's just it's not like mandatory. I think you might have to run 10s, I'm not sure, but yeah, just because there's no collars, like the collars aren't on the actual strut here, so I don't have to worry about clearing that. But yeah, I got a 15 just to kind of make everything look good. And then the wheels that I'm going to be tracking on, the super speeds, as you guys have seen probably from the winter. We'll see, hopefully everything fits in here. But yeah, make sure to, when you put your spacers on, you clean this all up, make it look nice and spick and span there. So yeah, it looks so much better. Oh, thank you. This side's all done. I'm gonna do the e-brake stuff at the very end. I'm not gonna worry about that right now, like I said to you guys earlier there. But yeah, passenger side's all done. Looks great. So we're on the driver's side now, guys. Already got the rotor on, everything nice and tight on it, brake cleaned up. Again, pretty basic. Gonna repeat ourselves with putting on the carrier and brand new bolts. Make sure I put some anti-seize on these guys as well. And yeah, it's just a matter of getting everything together, and then we're gonna bleed everything after. I probably won't be able to show you guys that just because the battery's running pretty low on this thing, but I want to be able to show you guys all the fun stuff. So yeah, we'll get the carrier on here. So again, guys, if you have another person helping you, it definitely does help. But again, I've said this like 100 times, if I can do it, you guys can definitely do it. So don't let anything discourage you from doing it. We all have the same passion, and it can be done, trust me. Just gotta tighten this up again with our 8mm Allen. Nice brand new bolts. Okay, carrier's on again. Gonna put our tabs on here again with a little bit of the silicone, and then get our brake pads all ready to go. Brake pads are now in, guys, again. Oh, the red looks so good. Just gotta put the caliper on again with the banjo bolt, and then we'll be done. We'll be done the brakes, we'll be done everything, yeah, the rear suspension, front suspension, everything, bushings, and then we'll hook up our handbrake. So don't forget guys, 15 mil and your 13 mil for your guide bolts. And then we're going to torque these down again, 26 foot-pounds for that, and then our banjo bolt. Alright, those are all torqued down. Let's put our banjo bolt on. Again guys, make sure you have the 2 washers in there. And there we go guys, we are finally done. Yeah, battery's going to die shortly, so I'm just going to adhere. Don't forget guys, put your handbrake on, and you have your little clip. Pretty basic, like this part right here. You can put the ball through, and then the ball goes up, kind of over. There you go. So kind of over, and then into the slot. See that little gap? And then the ball will sit in there. And then you have the spot right here. It's gonna stop there, and then you put your double clip, which I showed you guys. This guy right here. You're gonna put that. Yeah, pretty basic. If not, there's like 100 videos you can look at. But yeah, man, that is the suspension brought up to snuff, I guess, for the best it's gonna get for now. In the future, I'd like to eventually do the beam, take the beam down, fresh bushings, powder coat it, and then we'll put brand new spindles and or not spindles but hubs on the back here. New ABS stuff, and then in the front we'll put brand new spindles. I like to get the Audi TT spindles to get that extra couple degrees of camber, which would be nice. But for now, I can't afford it, and I don't have enough time for it. But yeah, anyways, guys, I really appreciate the views again, and I really appreciate you guys. If you guys followed along this whole kind of suspension rebuild thing, you can tell by my voice, it's I'm kind of tired right now. But yeah, thanks again. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, make sure you DM me either on here or at MaxStack Motorsports on Instagram, and then you could subscribe, comment, criticize, say whatever you want. It doesn't faze me. But yeah, anyway guys, again, take care, be safe. Don't forget to torque everything again, especially if you have the car up on jacks like I do, and make sure you go and get an alignment when you're done. Don't just go on the street, you know what I mean? Make sure your brakes are all bled, and make sure everything's all nice and tight and everything's aligned before you start going crazy. But yeah, enough rambling. Take care. Peace, guys.